YouTube, it's your boy KB with Just Do Boxing, back with another video. Before I get into the video, I want to say if this is your first time on the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, hit that bell icon so you can be notified when new content drops. If you're interested in authentic boxing talk, boxing breakdowns and matchups, you're interested in a channel that supports fighters whether they win, lose, or draw and never tears a fighter down, and it's the channel for you. So your boy on the road to 1,000 subscribers, on the road to 1K. So with y'all help, I'll get there. So with that being said, man, let's get into it, man. So we got a big fight, big interesting matchup in women's boxing. It's the return of the GWOAT Claressa T-Rex Shields, as she defends her titles up against Emma Kozin. Shields 11-0, 2 KOs, 26 years old, 5'8" with a 68-inch reach. Orthodox fighter. She's fighting out of Flint, Michigan, as you know. She's a two-time Olympic gold medalist, the first two-weight undisputed champion. She's the fastest boxer, male or female, to become a 3-division world champion, so she's by far one of the best fighters in the sport and one of the most accomplished fighters in the sport. Damn near every time she steps in the ring, she makes history, and she turns history into her story, if you see what I did there. Last time Shields was in the ring, it was March 5th, 2021 against Marie-Eve Decaire, who was 17-0 at the time, and Claressa Shields just completely dominated Decaire and won a unanimous decision. She won every round, in dominating fashion. Salute to Decaire for continuing to try to compete. She never gave up, but Shields was just on another level, just too much for her. Claressa is truly a special fighter, in my opinion. Generational talent. Pound for pound, #1 female in boxing, in my honest, humble opinion. Respect to all the ladies and women in women's boxing, but for me, my pound for pound #1 is Claressa Shields, for obvious reasons. She has very fast hands, throws great combinations, great fast jabs. She goes to the body very well, has good leverage on her shots. She knows how to turn her punches over. She has good defenses and great reflexes as well. I believe she has good feet, good balance. She transitions from defense to offense very well, and I believe she has more power than what her record might suggest with just the 2 KOs. Because she might not always get you out of there, but she definitely gets more than just her opponent's respect with her power. So I wouldn't be surprised if she's able to produce a knockout come Saturday night. She doesn't have a ton of weaknesses, in my opinion. I mean, she's not perfect, no fighter is, but in just 11 fights, she's dominated her opponent each time out. She's fought opponents with twice as many fights as her, and she's doing the same thing going up against Emma Kozin. Claressa is only 11-0, and Emma is 21-0-1. She has 22 fights as a professional to Claressa's 11, and this is who she's fighting. She's putting her titles on the line, and I know this is going to be a great fight. I'm excited for her because she's one of my favorite athletes to watch, whether male or female. In her 11 bouts, they haven't even been close. She shut out each and every one of her opponents. And I believe she's only lost one round as a professional, if I'm not mistaken, and that was when she was knocked down by Hannah Gabriels when they fought, back in 2018. She climbed up off the deck, and then she dominated the rest of the fight, winning every round, winning a unanimous decision. So beating Decaire made her, the undisputed middleweight champion. Now she'll be fighting, Emma the Princess Kozin, who's 21-0-1, as I stated, with 11 KOs. This fight will take place at middleweight. Kozin is 23 years old, 5'8.5". She's a southpaw. And, Kozin holds, a couple titles of her own. She holds the WBF and the WIBA title, so Claressa will be putting her middleweight titles on the line. Claressa has the WBA, the WBC, and the IBF, and the ring middleweight title. So all those titles will be on the line Saturday night, February 5th. Kozin, last time she was in the ring was May 22nd of 2021 where she TKO'd a 2-7 opponent. So, Claressa will easily, no doubt, be the best opponent on her resume by far in terms of skill level. Not so much pro experience or pro fights, but I think with Claressa having 2 Olympic gold medals, I don't think as much she hasn't seen in terms of styles. And I think the experience she gained, winning those 2 gold medals is priceless, so I don't think, she'll be in for a surprise come Saturday night, even with her opponent, like I said, having twice as many fights. I don't think that would play a factor at all. Claressa Shields is just truly a special fighter, man, and her confidence is unmatched, and that's part of the reason why I love to see her fight. I mean, I love her confidence, and and she backs it up in the ring. She doesn't just talk. She gets in there and fights, and she destroys opponents. But she might not always get the knockout, like I said, but I love the sweet science, and she will pick you apart if you're not on point. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's gonna be the story come Saturday night. And respect to Emma Kozin for taking the fight, for accepting the tough challenge, fighting pound for pound the best woman fighter in boxing, in my opinion. It's going to be a hell of a fight. It's going to be a tough fight for her from the film that I've seen. She seems like a decent boxer, a solid boxer, but against very limited opposition. And, that's not going to work to her advantage. Going up against a fighter is experienced, and not in terms of pro fights, but just Olympic experience. Those 2 gold medals, man, is going to account for a lot of experience, and I just think she's going to be fully prepared come Saturday night to defend her middleweight belts and add a couple more to it as well. I just don't think Kozin has the skill set to upset Claressa Shields from what I've seen. She's going to be 2 to 3 steps behind Claressa in my honest opinion. I don't think she'll be able to keep up, and I don't think she hits so hard that Claressa will have something to, a reason to not fight the way she fights. You know what I mean? And I expect her to come out and make a statement. She has competed in MMA twice since her last professional boxing match, winning one and then losing a very close decision in the other, which some thought she still could have pulled it off. But nonetheless, she's back in her element. She's back where she belongs, in that square circle with her gloves on. And I expect her to make a statement against Kozin. I think she's going to put up an effort. She seems like a tough fighter. I know she's going to try her best. But like I said, from what I've seen, I just don't see her having the skill set to upset Claressa and beat her. I just don't. I see Claressa dominating from start to finish, or however long the fight lasts. I wouldn't be surprised if Kozin corner stops it from, punches landed or punishment she's taken from Claressa. Or then again, maybe they'll let her go out on her shield and, go the distance if the fight just happens to go the distance. But like I said, Claressa is just on another level. Generational talent, very, very God-gifted, special fighter. One of the most accomplished boxers, whether it be male or female, in the sport of boxing. I think this fight deserves to be highlighted, talked about, promoted. I think more light needs to be shed on women's boxing. I have a huge respect for women's boxing, and I'm going to continue to support, and when the fight comes, I'm gonna be watching, man. I think this is going to be a showcase fight to just remind the boxing world just how great Claressa Shields really is. She's by far one of the most skilled and intelligent fighters in boxing. And, a ton of confidence, like I said, all the skills in the world, all the confidence in the world, great team behind her. She's always in shape. She's always ready to fight. I just think she's going to be too much for Emma Kozin. But if y'all think differently, man, y'all get in the comment section and let me know. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know if y'all think Emma going to pull off the upset, or if Claressa Shields is going to do what she do and dominate. That's what I expect, but anything can happen in the sport of boxing. I think it's necessary that I say that, but if we being realistic, just based off what we've been shown or what we've seen, I don't see Claressa losing to Emma, but big respect to her for taking the fight, and may the best woman win. You know, that's my thoughts on the fight. Y'all get in the comment section, let me know what y'all think. Hit that like button, don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell icon so you can be notified when new content drops. And get in the comment section and let me know if I gave Emma the Princess, Kozin, and the GWOAT, Claressa, T-Rex Shields their just due, because that's what I do over here, just do boxing. To the next one, I'm out. Peace.